Welcome to Miss Scarlett. Subscribe and don't miss out on Patreon. Have fun! Kieran stared at his reflection in the full-length mirror, the soft glow of the bedside lamp casting a warm light over his slender frame. His blonde hair fell in gentle waves just past his shoulders, a natural hue he'd never bothered to change. The silky black stockings he'd pulled from the locked drawer felt like a second skin, hugging his legs with a familiar comfort. He twisted slightly, admiring the way they accentuated his calves, the sheer fabric whispering against his skin as he moved. It was one of those rare weekends when his roommate Alex was supposed to be out of town, leaving the apartment blissfully empty for Kieran's private indulgence. He sighed, a mix of relief and secrecy washing over him, as he adjusted the hem of his casual shirt, letting it drape just over the tops of the stockings. The front door clicked open without warning, and Kieran's heart leaped into his throat. He froze, his mind racing as footsteps echoed down the hallway. Alex appeared in the doorway, backpack slung over one shoulder, his expression shifting from surprise to something unreadable. "Hey man, flight got canceled! Wait, what?" Alex's eyes dropped to Kieran's legs, taking in the silky black stockings that gleamed subtly in the light. Kieran's face burned with embarrassment, his hands instinctively tugging at his shirt to cover more. But it was too late. He braced for the laughter, the judgment, the awkward distance that would follow. Instead, Alex set his bag down and leaned against the doorframe, a thoughtful look crossing his face.
"Dude, those look actually pretty good on you. No judgment here. I've got a friend, Mia, who owns this boutique lingerie shop downtown. She's always scouting for models. Diverse types, you know? Inclusivity is her thing. If you're into that, I could introduce you."
The words hung in the air, unexpected and oddly inviting. Kieran blinked, processing the offer. For years, he'd hidden this side of himself, convinced it would only bring ridicule. But desperation flickered in his chest, a longing to step out of the shadows.
"You serious? I mean, yeah, maybe. Set it up."
2 days later, Kieran found himself standing outside the boutique, a quaint storefront with elegant window displays of lace and silk. His blonde hair caught the afternoon sun as he pushed open the door, the bell chiming softly. Mia, the shop owner, greeted him with a warm smile, her energy vibrant and welcoming. She was in her mid-30s, with a keen eye for fashion and a passion for breaking norms. "Alex told me a bit about you. Come on back. Let's see what we've got." In the fitting room, Mia handed him a pair of crimson fishnet stockings, their bold pattern intricate and alluring. Kieran hesitated only a moment before slipping them on, the mesh clinging to his long, slender legs like a perfect fit. He emerged, and Mia's eyes lit up. "Oh, wow. Those legs are made for this. Turn around. Yes, absolutely stunning. How do you feel?" For the first time, Kieran felt seen, not hidden. "It feels right." Mia nodded enthusiastically, already envisioning possibilities. "We're doing a big push on inclusive modeling. If you're game, we'd love to have you." That meeting marked the beginning. Kieran returned the next day, and Mia suggested a name to match the transformation, a fresh start. "Eleanor," she said, and it clicked. From then on, Eleanor embraced it fully, her blonde hair styled in soft curls that framed her face as she tried on outfit after outfit. The boutique became her second home, a space where she modeled an array of hosiery each day. She started with opaque black tights, their smooth fabric pairing perfectly with a simple skirt, the material providing a sleek, polished look that boosted her confidence. As weeks passed, Eleanor's routine solidified. Mornings began with arrivals at the shop, where Mia would select pieces for the day's shoots. One session featured white bridal stockings with intricate floral patterns, the delicate lace weaving up her thighs like vines in bloom. Eleanor posed in front of the camera, the photographer capturing the elegance in every angle. "Arch your back a little. Perfect," the photographer called, and Eleanor felt a surge of empowerment, her long legs highlighted in the soft studio lights. The boutique's inclusive marketing campaign launched soon after, with Eleanor as a centerpiece. She wore a satin emerald dress that flowed like liquid over her frame, matched with stockings in the same rich hue, their sheen catching the light as she moved. The photos went viral, drawing crowds to the shop and praise from all corners. Customers flooded in, inspired by the diversity, and sales skyrocketed. It was their most successful promotion ever, with Eleanor receiving fan mail and requests for appearances. Life outside the boutique shifted too. Eleanor moved into a small apartment of her own, decorating it with touches of femininity, soft cushions, framed photos from shoots. She experimented with makeup, learning to apply subtle eyeliner that accentuated her blue eyes, her blonde hair always a constant, flowing freely or pinned up in elegant styles. Alex visited often, their friendship deepening into something supportive and genuine.
"You look amazing,"
he'd say over coffee, and Eleanor would smile, feeling truly at home in her skin. One afternoon, as Eleanor modeled a pair of sheer thigh-highs in a pale lavender shade, Mia pulled her aside. "We've got interest from a bigger chain. They want to feature you in a national ad. This could be huge." Excitement bubbled in Eleanor's chest, but so did nerves. She nodded, ready to step up. The national campaign required travel, and Eleanor found herself on a plane to a bustling city, her carry-on filled with carefully packed hosiery. At the studio, stylists fussed over her, ensuring every detail was perfect. She donned patterned knee-highs with geometric designs, pairing them with a tailored blouse and skirt. The director praised her poise, and as the cameras rolled, Eleanor channeled her inner strength, her blonde hair swept back to reveal her confident expression. Back at the boutique, success brought new challenges. A rival shop owner, envious of the buzz, started spreading rumors online, questioning the authenticity of the campaign. Eleanor read the comments one evening, her heart sinking, but Mia rallied the team. "We fight back with positivity. Let's plan an event, a live modeling show." Preparations consumed the next few days. Eleanor practiced her walks, trying on glossy pantyhose in metallic silver that shimmered under lights. The event night arrived, the boutique packed with supporters. Eleanor stepped onto the makeshift runway in seamed stockings that evoked vintage glamour, her steps graceful and assured. Applause erupted, drowning out any negativity, and she felt unbreakable. Friendships blossomed too. During a break, she met Lila, another model at the shop, who shared stories of her own journey. They bonded over lunches, discussing fabrics and poses, Lila's encouragement helping Eleanor navigate the spotlight. "You're inspiring so many," Lila said, and Eleanor believed it, her blonde hair catching the sunlight as they strolled through the park. As the campaign's success grew, Eleanor received an invitation to a fashion expo. She arrived in an ensemble of dotted Swiss stockings, their playful pattern adding whimsy to her look. Booths buzzed with energy, and she networked with designers, her presence drawing admiration. One designer approached, offering a collaboration on a custom line. "Your legs in our new mesh. it would be iconic. Eleanor returned home, invigorated, diving into sketches with Mia. They designed stockings with subtle embroidery, testing prototypes on Eleanor. She wore a pair with feather-like motifs, feeling the soft threads against her skin as she posed for preliminary shots. Personal growth intertwined with professional. Eleanor joined a support group for those exploring gender expression, sharing her story in a circle of understanding faces.
It started with stockings,
she said, her voice steady, blonde hair tucked behind her ear. The group nodded, offering hugs and advice that fortified her resolve. One rainy afternoon, while modeling cable-knit leg warmers over sheer hose, a photographer suggested a themed shoot in an old warehouse. Eleanor agreed, the industrial setting contrasting beautifully with her delicate attire. Rain pattered on the roof as she posed, the leg warmers adding a cozy layer to the ensemble. Success attracted media attention. A local magazine requested an interview, and Eleanor sat in a cozy cafe, wearing subtle ankle socks with lace trim under her pants, though her commitment to her feminine presentation remained unwavering. She spoke of her journey, her blonde hair framing her face as she answered questions thoughtfully. The article painted her as a trailblazer, boosting the boutique's profile even further. Challenges arose when a shipment of new stock arrived damaged. Eleanor helped unpack, trying on salvaged pieces like garter belts with attached stockings in deep navy. Her input on quality control became invaluable, Mia relying on her keen eye. Socially, Eleanor attended her first gala as a model, in elegant opera-length gloves paired with matching hosiery. The event sparkled with lights, and she mingled with influencers, her confidence shining. A conversation with a fellow attendee led to a podcast invitation where she discussed inclusivity in fashion. Back at the shop, Eleanor mentored new models, demonstrating poses in fishnet variants, her crimson favorites making a comeback. "Feel the fabric, own the space," she advised, her blonde hair swaying as she moved. A surprise came when Alex proposed a group trip to celebrate the campaign's anniversary. They rented a cabin by a lake, and Eleanor packed her wardrobe carefully, choosing comfortable yet stylish options like woolen tights for the cooler evenings. Around the fire, stories flowed, strengthening bonds. Upon return, a major retailer expressed interest in stocking the boutique's line, featuring Eleanor's images. Negotiations filled days, with Eleanor present in meetings, her input shaping deals. She wore professional attire with subtle patterned stockings, her presence commanding respect. Personal milestones marked progress. Eleanor updated her wardrobe entirely, donating old clothes and filling closets with dresses, skirts, and endless hosiery. Her blonde hair, always the same golden shade, became a signature, often complimented. One evening, as she modeled bridal-inspired garters with pearl accents, Mia revealed expansion plans, a second location. "You'll be the face of it," she said. Excitement built as they scouted sites, Eleanor envisioning window displays showcasing her in various styles. Community involvement grew. Eleanor volunteered at a fashion workshop for youth, demonstrating basic styling with safe, inclusive pieces. "Expression is personal," she told the group, her blonde hair tied back as she assisted. A collaboration with a makeup brand followed, pairing hosiery with cosmetic looks. Eleanor tested products, her sessions filled with laughter and creativity. The resulting ads blended beauty seamlessly. Tensions rose when a cyber troll targeted the boutique's social media. Eleanor, with Mia's guidance, crafted responses promoting positivity. She modeled resilient-themed pieces like reinforced tights, symbolizing strength. Friendships deepened with Lila, who invited her to an art exhibit. They wandered galleries, Eleanor's outfit featuring artistic print stockings that echoed the paintings. Conversations turned deep, sharing dreams and fears, Professional growth continued with a speaking engagement at a conference. Eleanor prepared slides, practicing in front of a mirror, her blonde hair neatly styled. On stage, she spoke eloquently, receiving a standing ovation. Back home, a quiet moment of reflection came while trying on cozy bedtime socks with pom-poms. She journaled her thoughts, grateful for the path. A new campaign idea emerged: seasonal themes. For autumn, Eleanor modeled harvest-colored stockings with leaf patterns, posing amid falling leaves. The shoots captured magic, boosting anticipation. Personal style evolved, incorporating accessories like scarves that complemented her hosiery. She shopped with Mia, selecting pieces that enhanced her feminine silhouette. One day, a fan approached her in a cafe, praising her impact. Touched, Eleanor chatted, her blonde hair glowing in the light, feeling the ripple of her influence. As winter approached, she prepared for holiday promotions, trying on festive red and green striped tights. The boutique decorated, and Eleanor helped, her enthusiasm infectious. A partnership with a shoe designer arose, pairing hosiery with custom heels. Fittings were meticulous, Eleanor's feedback shaping designs. Socially, she hosted a small gathering, friends toasting her success. In a velvet dress with matching stockings, she felt content. As the holiday campaign wrapped up and the boutique prepared for the new year, everything seemed to be aligning perfectly. Eleanor was no longer just a model. She was the face of a movement. Her days were full, her image celebrated, her future promising. Then one evening, as she locked up the boutique after staying late to finish a fitting, she noticed an envelope slipped under the door. No return address, just her name written in bold black ink. She picked it up, the weight of the paper oddly heavy in her hands. Inside was a single photograph. Her, in her very first pair of black stockings, taken in her old apartment. The one night she thought had been private. On the back, a message scrawled in sharp handwriting. "I know who you really are. Call me, or everyone else will too." Hope you enjoyed the story so far. The rest will be available on Patreon.